that is abused by an adult, and who is what brings up that in the book there is a graphic depiction of a child that is abused by an adult, and who is, let's just, well, I try to keep it family friendly, so we'll keep it to the innuendo on this one. But an adult man engages in adult activities on a child, on a male child. That book depicts this. Joy Reid says, what if a child feels seen by this? To which Tiffany Justice says, if a child feels seen by a graphic depiction of rape, something has been done to that child. We need to do more than just get him a book. Joy Reid immediately loses it. And she's like, no, children must read this. Because Joy Reid is psychotic. And what I mean by that is,
she's not laudable.
Here's how I see the left and the right.
She's not respectable.
I am a rational person of a certain moral standing, and everyone's got different moral bandwidth, I suppose. Joy Reid has zero moral bandwidth. Zero. None. There is no question of morality. Right. Morality is a real thing. There is good and there is bad. In my view, bringing these books like Genderqueer to children and exposing them these things will cause them suffering later on in life.
Yeah.
It will cause them pain. You need to be at a certain level of development and understanding to approach certain subjects. That doesn't just mean sex. It could quite literally also mean, I don't know, murder and war. Age appropriate.
Yes.
Let someone grow up and develop natural barriers to protect their psyche before inundating children with this kind of information.
When they are
Joy Reid suffers no such feelings.
It is terrible.
She thinks no. With this kind of information.
The agenda.
Joy Reid suffers no such feelings. She thinks no. Parents can just decide whatever.
Messed up.
With this kind of information. Joy Reid suffers no such feelings. She thinks no. Parents can just decide whatever. The problem with this kind of information. Joy Reid suffers no such feelings. Age appropriate. Let someone grow up and develop natural barriers to protect their psyche before inundating children with this kind of information. Joy Reid suffers no such feelings. She thinks no. Parents can just decide whatever. The problem. It's a Mountain Bailey. I believe parents should decide. I believe Moms for Liberty also agrees parents should decide. The point is, there is a threshold by which parents opt in, not out. Joy Reid says parents can opt out if they don't like this stuff. They have to know about it first. Unfortunately, most parents don't. Now, here's where I want to push back on Moms for Liberty. This stuff should be in libraries, perhaps in the restricted section. Fine, fair point. But I don't think we should just blanket say a book depicting these things should be placed on the shelves of a public library where a 12-year-old can find it. I got a funny story for our good friend Seamus Geigel. We were at a gas station, and there were adult magazines in plain view, and he was like, hey man, he said to the clerk, you should cover that. Children come in here, and they're like, oh, you're right. Yeah, sure. They didn't care.
Crazy.
You know, look, I agree with Moms for Liberty. I've seen these books. We have some of these books. Joy Reid brings up Genderqueer. She tries to frame all of these books like innocent old LGBT books. Moms for Liberty points out, rightly so, and it's a good thing she did.
Reid
in these books,
dishonest.
There's dildos. There's rape. In graphic detail. That is not appropriate for children.
Nope.
What a crazy world. When Stephen Marsh came on the show, and it's funny because I kind of cited him a lot. He's the guy who wrote the Civil War book. In fact, I got his book literally right here. The Last Election. Hey, shout out to Stephen Marsh. Wrote this with Andrew Yang. He did. He came here, he said, I don't care for morality. And he actually argued, full-throated, that children should have access to graphic sex content where they can read about, oh boy, you name it. Anal rape.
Perverse.
Blowjobs.
Aberrant.
They should. Why? Because they can. I was kind of like, what? He actually argued, full-throated, that children should have access to graphic sex content where they can read about, oh boy, you name it. Anal rape, blowjobs. They should. Why? Because they can. I was kind of like, what? It's not really an argument. Because they can? They say, boy, with the internet, they have access to everything. I mean, why keep it from them? I'm like, they should not have access to these things on the internet.
Facts.
They should not have access to these books at the library.
Facts.
But he believed they should. And so that's where I kind of agree with him. Yeah.
Dog-headed what
Yeah,
he
maybe,
said. They should have access because they can. Because they can. That is dog-headed, thick-headed, harebrained. Yeah. Yeah, bruh. This world is wild.